drop off my bag.
Right.
Okay, which is, point me through,
Say
okay,
up here.
right there. So I drop my bag.
Right.
I pull back and park near the 13th green in the big parking lot. Okay.
Yep.
I walk up, go to the pro shop, which is, let's say, in the bar area of the restaurant
That's
now.
right there, yeah.
Come back down, put my clubs on my bag, on my cart rather, and start, excuse me, driving towards the course. I want to stop and hit some sand shots as well as chip a few on the big green. Where's my cart go there?
Again, there's never enough asphalt.
Yeah, right.
So do you just pull off, is
Yes.
everyone the driveway to get other carts and people by, or do I have
It's
to
very
widen-
difficult to tell golfers where to go. You can tell that by every tee where your car path is. Everybody drives one wheel off the darn path, no matter who you are. To tell people you have to park here to do chipping, you have to park here to do putting, you have to park here to do range, it's very confusing, which is why the more asphalt, the better. You just let nature take its course. Give people enough room, elbow room to move.
Right.
It's very important.
And again, you'll have the asphalt, so to speak. You're gonna have room in here. There's a little room here you can pull off on the sides, but that's really what for the chipping side.
Okay.
That's probably what it is. Obviously, when you come down here, we'll have spots for you want to chip, you want to warm up on the range. There'll be some spots here,
And then you
just shoot right over to the first tee.
Okay.
The existing green that's there closest to the first tee is a hindrance to proper flow, a big-time hindrance. It's also small and not the greatest design anyway. It's also on a hill. It's sloped up. It just looks odd. I'm not sure how that ended up there. But it looks, it would be much better over by the shifted first tee, and it would help
Which would be?
everything out.
Okay, got it.
Okay. What else?
Doug, I appreciate the consideration for the first tee and everything else. It's logical. When you talk about range design, is there curvature in this 150-foot tee line?
Yes, there is.
And I'm just curious as
You can
to why.
You can see the curvature
Right.
right here. I'm going to give you a little preview there.
I'm curious why, in a range that's 150 feet wide or 50 yards wide, would you angle people when wouldn't it just force people to hit shots directly into a net?
Basically, in all range design in my business, you basically pick a spot out at about 150 to 175 yards, and you put a circle on your drawing, and then you just draw back, and that's how your arc. That's where your arc comes from. And it just psychologically points people a little that are on the edges
To the middle.
To the middle. It's just a slight.
I understand
math.
that. But the fact that it's such a narrow
Yes, it is.
facility, don't you feel that if you have automated tees that aren't quite movable or flexible, that people may just sort of end up hitting drivers into a net?
I think it'll be so slight you would barely really notice it. It might look a little harsh here, but it's just enough to psychologically get your eye off the side netting. That's all.
Right. I just thought maybe it would sort of.
If it was too much, yes, I would totally understand, but it's
Right.
not. I don't think it's a problem at all.
Who could hit it that straight?
Only Ed.
What else about this part, and then we'll get into the actual hitting structure.
Could you show me, if I were to go there and you said Ed's practice area, are you hitting from the pond area going down towards the parking lot?
You're hitting this way, you're saying?
Yes.
You're basically hitting this way. Right? Here's the trap. And this the rocks are back in this area. So you're basically hitting this way. Right? And as Doug's told me, you want to chip uphill.
The angle of a proper chipping bunker in a practice area is, if I put the bunker on my side and your ball comes out of the bunker and it hits and then just rolls off the green, that's not the greatest practice situation. You want to situate the bunker so that when you hit it out, the green will accept it on the proper angle. And by putting it right here, this isn't really drawn correctly. You can see it in the, you see exactly where it is in that. Yeah, it's right there. It'll probably hold about, you could probably put 4 people in it at once, maybe 5 tops, to be safe, to do a little clinic or something. It can't be that large. There's also some rock there behind it, so we probably have to chip a little tiny bit of rock out to get it in there, drain it into the pond.
Will those shots go towards the existing 7th green or the 7th tee or 13th green?
It would go, No, they wouldn't actually.
It's going,
If anything, it would go towards the green, but there's a bunch of protection there before the green.
it's big, there's a hill right there.
It's a
Yeah, you
rock.
can see it in that picture. There's rock and hills. That's natural protection.
One of the logical places to put it is there's kind of a dead space up here, up at the back side of it, but then it would be a downhill shot out of there.